Hi, welcome back to SQL Database Administration Hub. Today, we're starting one of the most important sections of this entire course. Specifically, we're going to cover every backup type available in SQL Server and what each one does. If you only master one skill as a DBA, make it backups. Backups are the single most important responsibility of a SQL Server DBA. Everything else you do, performance tuning, security, high availability, means nothing if you can't recover your data when disaster strikes. SQL Server gives you four main backup types, each serving a different purpose in a well-designed backup strategy. In this video, we'll cover full backups, differential backups, log backups, and copy-only backups. What each one is, how it works, and when to use it. The full backup is the foundation of every backup strategy. It captures a complete copy of the entire database, all data pages, all objects, and enough of the transaction log to make the backup consistent. Every restore sequence starts with a full backup. You cannot restore a differential or log backup without first having a full backup to build on. This makes the full backup your most important backup type. The T-SQL to take a full backup is straightforward. Backup database sales DB to disk. The compression option reduces the backup file size significantly, often by 50 to 70%. The stats option shows progress in percentage increments as the backup runs. The downside of full backups is that they take the most time and storage space. For large databases, a full backup every night is common, with other backup types filling in the gaps throughout the day. A differential backup captures everything that has changed since the last full backup. It doesn't capture changes since the last differential. It always goes back to the last full backup as its reference point. This is an important distinction. If you take a full backup on Sunday and differential backups on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the Wednesday differential contains all changes since Sunday, not just changes since Tuesday. This means to restore to Wednesday, you only need two backups, Sunday's full and Wednesday's differential. You don't need Monday's or Tuesday's differentials. Here's the T-SQL to take a differential backup. Backup database your database. Compression. Differential backups are faster than full backups and grow in size as more changes accumulate since the last full. This is why most strategies reset with a new full backup regularly to keep differential sizes manageable. A log backup captures the transactions recorded in the transaction log since the last log backup. Log backups are only available when your database is in full or bulk logged recovery model. The log backups are what give you point-in-time recovery capability. By chaining together a full backup, an optional differential, and a sequence of log backups, you can restore a database to any specific moment in time. Log backups are typically taken frequently, every 15 to 60 minutes in most production environments, to minimize how much data you could lose in a failure scenario. Here's the T-SQL, backup log sales DB to disk and sales DB log.back with compression, stats a 10. Log backups also serve a second critical purpose. They truncate the active portion of the transaction log, freeing up space for reuse. This is why regular log backups are essential for keeping log file sizes under control in full recovery model databases. The final backup type is the copy-only backup. This is a special purpose backup that takes a complete copy of the database or log without affecting the normal backup chain. Here's the problem it solves. Imagine a developer needs a copy of a production database for testing. If they take a regular full backup, it resets the differential baseline, meaning your next scheduled differential would capture all changes since the developer's backup, not since your last scheduled full. This breaks your carefully planned backup strategy.
A copy-only backup solves this by taking the backup completely outside the normal sequence. It doesn't affect differentials, it doesn't truncate the log, and it doesn't disrupt anything.
Backup database sales DB. Use copy-only backups whenever you need a one-off backup that shouldn't interfere with your production backup strategy. And that's all four SQL Server backup types explained. To recap, full backups capture the entire database and are the foundation of every restore. Differential backups capture changes since the last full and speed up your restore process by reducing the number of log backups needed. Log backups capture transaction log activity, enable point-in-time recovery, and keep log files from growing out of control. Copy-only backups let you take out-of-band backups without disrupting your normal backup chain. In the next video, we'll take these 4 backup types and combine them into a real-world backup strategy that covers RPO, RTO, and backup frequency planning. Subscribe so you don't miss it, and I'll see you there.
Generous Academy.